Good afternoon and welcome back, dear students. Hope all are safe and healthy at your end. Well, let me recap the day 1 and day 2 class which was discussed previously. In the first day, the first chapter, I discussed about the meaning, definition of personality development, and I even told you two stories about the monkey and the fish as well as the elephant and the pig. And also, I gave you all the personality mental ability test and asked you to tick all the answers. I think you have done it. Later, we will discuss about that. And the next concept which I discussed was the concept of personality, that is the factors which influence personality. And in the day 2, I discussed about the key areas of self-awareness and practical tools for self-awareness with an inspirational, motivational, true story of a carpenter. For today, day 3, I am going to tell you a story related to self-awareness, that is the lion and the sheep. After that, I will discuss about your personality trait, that is the personality mental ability test which I gave you the 10 questions. If you have ticked the options, let us check it. Finally, I will discuss as per your syllabus, that is comparative analysis of self-awareness, types of self-awareness, how to recognize individual self-awareness and components of self-awareness. Now I am going to share the story of the sheep and the lion. Are you ready to listen? Let's go on. The story goes on like this. There was once a pregnant lion that was in dying stage. As soon as it gave birth, the mother lion dies. The newborn baby didn't know what to do. It makes way to nearby field and mingles with the herd of sheep. The mother sheep sees the cubs and decides to raise it along with its own sheep. As the lion grows up with the other sheep, it starts thinking and acting just like the sheep. It would bleat like sheep and even eat grasses. But the lion cub was not happy at all. It always felt there was something missing in it. And also other sheep constantly started making fun of the lion cub for being different. They would say, "You are so ugly and your voice sounds so weird. Why can't you bleat properly like the rest of us? You are disgraceful to sheep community." The lion used to listen to all these remarks which the sheep were making and feel extremely sad. It also felt that it has let down the sheep's community for being different and that it was waste to live in this world. One day, an older lion from a far-off jungle sees the herd of sheep and decides to attack it. While attacking, it sees the young lion running away along with the other sheep. Curiously as to what was happening, the older lion decides to stop chasing the other sheep and pursues the younger lion instead. It pounces on the lion and growls, asking it why it is running away with the sheep. The younger lion shakes in fear and says, "Please don't eat me. I am just a young sheep. Please let me go." Upon hearing this, the older lion growls, "That's nonsense. You are not a sheep. You are a lion, just like me." The younger lion simply repeats, "I know, I am a sheep. Please let me go." At this point, the older lion gets an idea. It drags the younger lion to a river nearby and asks it to look at its reflection. Upon looking at the reflections, the lion, much to do its own astonished, realizes who it really was. It was not a sheep, it was a mighty lion. Now the young lion feels so thrilled that it lets out a mighty roar. The roar echoes from all corners of the jungles and frightens the living daylights out of all the sheep that were hiding behind the bushes to see what is happening. They all flee away. No longer will the sheep be able to make fun of the lion or even stand close to it, for the lion had found its true nature and its true herd. The moral of the story is The older lion in the story is a metaphor for self-awareness, and looking at the reflection in the water is a metaphor for self-reflection. When the younger lion becomes aware of its limiting beliefs through self-reflections, it realizes its true nature. It is no longer influenced by its surroundings and develops a bigger visions and alignment with the nature. Just like the younger lion in the story, you might have been brought up in a surroundings that were negative and hence accumulated many negative beliefs about yourself. Bad parenting, bad teachers, bad peers, that is the friends, media, government, and societies all can have this negative influence on us when we are young. What we learn from this story is, as an adult, it is easy to lose yourself in negative thoughts and to start feeling like a victim by blaming the past. But that will only keep you stuck in the current reality. Example, you can't say that because of parents I didn't study, because of family problems I didn't study, because of my grandpa I didn't study, because of my family's issues or my societal problems, I am not able to concentrate on the studies. This all is the lame excuses which we give. That is what they say. To change your reality and find your tribe, you need to start working. You should not blame on your, you should start working on your inner self and focus all your energy towards becoming self-aware. So according to the story, the older lion in the story is not an external entity. It is an internal entity. It lives right inside you. The older lion is your true self, your awareness. Allow your awareness to shine light onto all your limiting beliefs and find who you truly are. So we already have an inner belief. It's like tying the elephant in a rope. The elephant thinks that it cannot break the rope because from the childhood the elephant is tied in the rope and it has a belief that the master has tied me, I cannot break this. But if the elephant wishes, what happens is it can break the rope and go, because elephant is more uh, healthier and stronger than the rope. So it has a belief that it cannot go. So similarly, even human beings also have the same belief that I cannot change, I cannot do, I will not do all that. So that we have to come out from all that limiting beliefs to find our true self. Now let us see your personal development triads. Be ready. Let me complete the task which was given to you in previous session. Do you all remember I gave you personality and mental ability test? That is 10 questions were asked. Hope you have marked all the options. Please refer the point allotted for various options. Allot the points for various options correspondingly to the questions as and when I say. I will just read out. Now go to the question number 1. The question number 1 which was asked is, when do you feel at your best? In the morning, during afternoon or early evening, or late at night? So if you have ticked A as your option, give 2 points. A 2 points, B 4 points, and if you have ticked C, give 6 points. Now did you understand? If you have ticked A, give 2 points. If you have ticked B, give 4 points. If you have ticked C, give 6 points. Is it clear? Now go to the question number 2. So you usually walk. So question is asked as, you usually walk. Option is given A, B, C, D, E. Now if you have ticked A, give 6 points. Kiss, right, as 6. If you have given ticked B, give 4 points. If it is C, 7 points. If it is D, 2 points. If it is E, 1 point. So any one option only you have to take, and if it is A, B, C, D, E, whatever I have told you, as the points is like 6, 4, 7, 2, 1. Is it clear? Now let us go to the question number 3. The question number 3 was, when talking to people, you. So the options is A, B, C, D, E. If you have ticked, A, give 4 as your point. A as 4, B as 2, C as 5, D as 7, and E as 6. I will repeat once again. Question number 3. If you have ticked A, give 4 points. B, 2 points. C, 5 points. D, 7 points. E, 6 points. Shall I move on to the fourth one? Yes. The fourth question is, when relaxing, you sit with. A, B, C, D is given. Now, if it is A, you just give 4 points. If it is A, give 4 points. If it is B, it is 6 points. If it is C, give 2 points. If it is D, it is 1 point. A, 4 point. B, 6. C means 2 points. D means 1 point. Is it clear? Now I will just move on to the question number 5. When something really amuses you, you react with. So the options are A, B, C, D, E. If you have picked A, give 6 points. If it is B, 4 points. If it is C, 3 points. If it is D, 5 points. If it is E, 2 points. I will repeat once again question number 5. If you have ticked the option A, give 6 points. Option B, 4 points. Option C, 3 points. Option D, 5 points. Option E, 2 points. Now I will just move on to the question number 6. When you go to a party or social gathering, there's only 3 options given there, A, B, C. If it is A, 6 points. If it is B, 4 points. If it is C, if it is C, 2 points. Okay, I will repeat once again. Question number 6. The options are A, B, C. For A, 6 points. For B, 4 points. For C, 2 points. Now I will move on to question number 7. When you are working or concentrating very hard and you are interrupted, A, B, C option is given. Only 3 options is given. If it is A, 6 points. B, 2 points. C, 4 points. Once again I repeat. Question number 7. A, 6. B, 2. C, 4. Now I will move on to question number 8. Which of the following colors do you like most? There are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I will read out the points to be given. If it is A, 6. A, 6. B, 7. B, 7. C, 5. C, 5. D, 4. D, 4. E, 3. If it is E, 3. If it is F, 2. If it is F, 2. If it is G, 1. Once again I repeat. Question number 8. A, 6. B, 7. C, 5. D, 4. E, 3. F, 2. G, 1. Now let's go to question number 9. When you are in bed at night, in those last few moments before going to sleep, you lie. A, B, C, D, E. There are 5 options given. If it is A, give point 7. B, 6. C, 4. D, 2. E, 1. Once again I repeat. Question number 9. If the option is 8, give 7 points. If it is B, 6 points. If it is C, 4 points. If it is D, 2 points. If it is E, 1 point. Now last question, that is question number 10. You often dream that you are. So options given is A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Now with this option E, F, I think A, B, C, D, E, F. So many options are given. So if it is A, give 4 points. B, 2 points. C, 3 points. D, 5 points. E, 6 points. And F, 1 point. Once again I repeat. 10th question. The options for A is 4. B is 2. C is 3. D is 5. E is 6. F is 1. Now what you do is add all the points. Now add all from 1 to 10, whatever the ticking as per the points, you just add all that. After adding all the points of all the questions which you have got, you will know what others thinks about you, or your friend think about your personal development, personality. So what other things about you and what your friend thinks about your personality. You arrive at a total. Now total all that, figure out. You please refer to the description which I am going to explain you. You will be shocked to know your own personality traits. So when I tell you your personality trait, you will be shocked. You will be thinking what you are. Are you guys ready with me? Are you curious? I am excited. So to know about your personality trait. So am I right? Let us go see what is your personality trait. If your total is above 60 points, now when you add everything and if your total comes up to more than 60 points, 60 and above, you are seen as a vain. Vain means effortless, unsuccessful, silly, foolish by your friends or by others. You are self-centered and extremely domineering. Domineering means trying to control other people, dominating without their knowledge and their feelings. Then people wish to be li like you. People will like you, but they don't always trust you. They hesitate to become deeply involved with you. So once again, I will repeat, if your total is above 60 points, you are seen as vain, that is effortless, unsuccessful or silly or foolish. You are self-centered and extremely dominating. That means trying to control other people without their knowledge and their feelings. And people wish to be like you. They want to be like you, but they don't want always to trust you. They don't trust you. They hesitate to become deeply involved with you. This is your personality triad. Then second one, if your point is above 51 to 60, above 51, if your score is between, that is 51 to 60 points, others see you as a violated. Violated means act against something, like against the law or agreement or principles, and a natural leader. They look you as a natural leader who is quick to make decision. They see you bold and adventurous. They enjoy being in your company. Once again, I repeat, if the score is above 51 to 16, others see you as a violated. Violated means act against something like law, agreement, and principle. It's like people who stand for everything, like a good leadership quality. A natural leader who is quick to make decision. They see you as a bold and adventurous. They enjoy being with such company. Then next is your point above 41 to 50. If your score is in between 41 to 50, then others see you as fresh, lively, charming, amusing, practical, and always interesting. What? Others see you as a very charming person, very amusing and lively person, as a center of attraction. So always these people like to be the center of attraction, and other people see you as a kind, cheerful, and helping nature. They have this personality trait. So once again, I repeat. Next, if your point is 41 to 50, others see you as a fresh, lively, and charming person, and they think that you are always interesting and you are the center of attraction. They see you as a kind, cheerful, and helping nature. Next, we'll go on to the score of 31 to 40. It can be 31 or in between 31 to 40. Between, it can be any number. If your score is that, so what is other sees you in? Let us see. Others see you as a sensible, cautious, careful, and practical person. They think that you are very cautious, very sensible, and very practical person. And they see you as a clever, gifted, talented, and modest, as modern person. And others see you as a loyal, sincere friend, and consider as trustworthy person. So the person who has scored 31 to 40, they are considered as a very sensible, cautious, careful, and practical person. They are very clever, gifted, and talented, and also modest person. And people think that this person are very sincere and very good friend, very loyal and trustworthy person. Then if the score is 21 to 30, next one is in between 21 to 30, it can be 21 also, or it can be 30. So your friends see you as a pain slacking. Pain slacking means extremely careful and correct and involved lot of effort and fussy. They think you as a pain slacking and fussy, not easily satisfied. They see you as a very cautious, extremely careful and slow and steady toddler. Slow and steady toddler means the person who is very slow and steady but wins the game. It's like a rabbit and the tortoise story. So yeah, though the tortoise is slow, it wins the race. So the person is like that. They are very slow and steady, but very cautious. They are very careful, and they are not easily satisfied. They always keep running behind things, and slowly they will complete their job. That is what they say. So once again, I repeat: if the score is 21 to 30 points, your friends see you as a pain slaker. Pain slaking means extremely careful and correct and involving lot of efforts, and also they see you are a fussy person, not easily satisfied. They see you as a very cautious, extremely careful and slow and steady toddler. That means slow and steady person. Next, if the point is under 21, it is below 21, people think you are shy, nervous and very slow decision maker, and they also see that this person is always worried and sees problem that don't exist. Some people think you are very boring. So once again I repeat, if the point is under 21, people think that you are very shy, nervous and not providing clear and definite result, and not able to make decisions quickly. They see you as uh, always been in worries, and they see that problem doesn't exist. Some people think you are boring. I'm sorry, I'll just read once again. If the point is under 21, people think that you are shy, nervous and you don't provide clear and definite result, or not able to make decisions quickly. They see you as a worrier. Worrier means always sees problems, and some people think you are boring. Now I think you got the key answers. Now analyze and see where you stand and what is your personality triads. Now you have to change. If you are scoring below 21, and if you score 21 to 30, or if you are scoring 31 to 40, see that what changes has to be made in you, how you can change. I think there will be a lot of changes once we complete all the three chapters. When you learn a lot of things from this subject, I think there will be a lot of changes in you and you will be a good, perfect person. Now let's go to the next slide, that is a comparative analysis of self-awareness. This is related to your syllabus volume 1.5. Your self-awareness is one of the key components of emotional intelligence. It is about knowing your emotions, your personal strengths and weaknesses, and having a strong sense of your own worth. So let us know detailing about people who have high self-awareness, what are the qualities and the characters they possess. The people who have low self-awareness, what are the qualities, what are the characters they possess. Now people who have high self-awareness are very active, curious about surroundings and make more contacts with the people. They make friends easily and talks, laughs and get into the trouble now and then. They ask questions and they find solutions to the problems very sport. They are very sportive, and they are the person who is ready to take the risk and ready to face any consequences. They don't cheat the friends. They are very what to say, they are very much uh, loyal to their friends. They are easygoing, and naturally we call them as a jovial person or active person or sportive person. Usually they are happy and confident person. They do not whine in the sense for what they could be had. That means they do not complain or high, they don't give high pitch sound. People or individual who have low self awareness, they are mildly passive, they are aggressive, negative feelings they have, they tend to avoid new experience and have limited contacts. They are very shy, bashful, that is embarrassed and uncomfortable. They are very quiet and they withdraw the serious problems. They are always serious, they are very hypersensitive, afraid to laugh, avoid getting with others, and avoid getting in any problems. They always grumble in the sense they always complain. They are unsure, they are not sure about themselves, they are unsure, and they back down very easily. That is, they give up things very easily, and frequently they keep asking questions others whether I am good, I look good, or I am able to do, or I'm perfect person, or will I be able to do, or I'm not able to do. All this they keep on asking others. They find difficult to share with others, and they are very gloomy. Gloomy means shabby, very dull, scary, and fearful. They are worried and always gives complaints. They complain a lot. These are the two categories of people we can find. The next slide is volume 1.6, types of self-awareness. So according to the psychologists, they say that self-awareness is of two different types, either public or private. So when it comes to the public self-awareness, it emerges, that is, it arises when people are aware of how they appear to others. That means how they appear to the others, what other thinks about them, then what people will think about their personality. They always focus more on that. And these are the people, when they give presentation or talking in the group with the friends, they always like to be the center of attraction. This type of people always compels people to other, to social norms. They always follow the, strictly they follow that, when I please somebody, when I act well, people will appreciate. So they are very much aware that they are being watched and evaluated, and they behave in that way that are socially acceptable and desirable. But such people who has that public self awareness always leads to anxiety, to which people become distressed, anxious, and worried about how they are pursued by others. In a nutshell, I can say they always try to please others. They want to impress others. They are not true to themselves. They like to pleasing, try to please others. That is, they have their pleasing character. When it comes to the private self-awareness, this type of people are aware of some aspects of themselves only in a private way. They always focus on themselves, that is, seeing the mirror very often. When they are not prepared for exams, what happens is their stomach get lurched, they get tensed, they get they go out of control, and they flutter when they see someone, when they are attracted to, and so on. Sometimes what happens is in the group, if they see a friend like whom they like very much, so when they see a friend, they won't behave normally, they will suddenly change to themselves to a different person, and that is called as they flutter when they see someone. So such qualities which they have is called as a private self awareness people. So these are the two types of self awareness. Well, I have come to an end, but volume 1.7 and 1.8, that is an individual self and components of self-awareness, will be continued in the next video. Hope the concept is very clear to you all. If you have any queries, please text me. Until then, stay safe and take care. See you on Saturday. Bye.